Are we live? I have no idea if we're live or not. I'm just gonna talk to y'all until it loads. Okay, well, it's working on YouTube, so hopefully it's working on Twitch. So, hello Twitch and YouTube. We got some news to go through. It's Tuesday. We'll get to the Southwest story in a wee bit. I hope you all have had a good day and a good weekend. I did. There's some stories. We'll get some. There's some sad stories. Some maybe good story. I have no idea. I'm really just here. I have my coffee, and we'll get into it. So, I guess sad news is that there is like two sad news is actually. A Indian Konaki Suriksha. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name. Apparently she's missing. She was on a resort in the Dominican Republic and she vanished. And there's, they, it's like they feel like there were like, I guess the one thing is that they think that she might have gotten taken out to sea because the waves were pretty strong. And I guess they're trying to blame the resort now for not publishing any news about the rough weather conditions. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't mess with the ocean. The ocean's a very dangerous place. So if this is what happened to her, it is very, I mean, it doesn't matter what how. I don't know. I don't think they expect any foul play, but I think they're still doing their investigation on it. But I mean, honestly, like, when you're messing with the ocean, you just have to be extra careful because those waves, I mean, we've heard stories like this before. The waves can just take you out in an instant, and and if you panic or don't know how to deal with it, you could be in trouble. So that's sad. And then another sad story is I am not familiar with her, but apparently she had a huge following on some social media, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Alicia Burney. She passed away when she was in Cancun. Oh no, sorry, Cabos. She died in her sleep. No foul play, just she died like a day short of her birthday. And that is so sad. Two young gals. That's why live life to your fullest. People are like, oh, you travel so much, like, I'm like, yeah, because you never know when the next day is going to be your last day. Just because of your age doesn't mean that you're going to live forever. I mean, I wish there was things I did in my 20s that I just can't do now, But, very sad. So, prayers to their families. So yeah. Okay. We're gonna shift a little bit. Canadians are shunning travel to the United States. I wonder why. It is what it is. The U.S. is a little cray-cray right now. And, I know the trade, I don't know if I want to call them trade wars. I think that's what I heard earlier is it's kind of like a trade war right now. But, I mean, even when I was making an adjustment to one of my clients, I was just chit-chatting with the Disney cast member, and she actually did mention the very same. She's like, a lot of Canadian, like American vacations to Disney have not. She's like, we're still busy, but she definitely has, I guess their office has definitely seen the Canadians canceling their trip to Disney. So I guess the story is correct. Canadians are shunning travel to the U.S. I mean, it's going to be an interesting few years. That's what I can say. Oh, and talking about a few years, let's go black. Like, I guess this is the day that the pandemic officially, well, not officially started, but I think it's when like everyone started shutting things down. I remember we were coming back. Was it today? I'm not entirely sure what day it was, but we had to escape out of Norway. And it's like 5 years ago, man. It's like so crazy that it's been 5 years since that happened. I mean, like I just remember. I mean, there's parts where, I wish could have been longer. Okay, so I think okay, so 5 years ago today they officially announced it as a pandemic. I'm looking through my Facebook memories. So I'm like, I don't remember us like but yeah, no, 5 years ago we flew into Norway. And then I think it was like 4 days later we had to leave because then like all the government started shutting things down. So we got to enjoy a few years, a few days in Norway before the pandemic. And it was like the best worst trip ever. Like at the time it was kind of scary because you just didn't know. Like you didn't know what the world was going to like what was happening in the world. I mean, COVID changed the world, and that is the truth. And it's still changing the world a little bit. I mean, not as much. I mean, it's like so interesting how it's like COVID is now just like whatever, like every day, it's kind of like now it's like the flu. Like, you can die from the flu and you have to take your precautions, but it's also interesting. This is like a side rant. It's also interesting how companies, like, we care about you. If you're sick, stay home. And now it's like, you're sick, you're still coming, right? Your fever is only 100. You can still work, right? It's like, how quick things have gone back, to caring, like, companies caring about you, to them not giving a shit about you. So, I'm not seeing much other stuff really. I don't know. Let's. There's not like really much. I mean, it was weird. Over the weekend, we were into DC, and it was like I almost wanted to go to Gravelly Point Park, which is where you can go, plane spotting, at Reagan, but I just felt a little weird, like because the plane crash, like was just only what a month ago. It seems like it was. Gosh, has it been just a month now? And it's crazy, Oh, this story. This is what I was like, am I, do I, because I was thinking about, like, after last,
Across the country,
no,
Estercool's
hold
DIY
on.
heat pumps are provided.
Shush. I guess there's, like, a lot of these TikTok hacks that are kind of crazy. And then I found another one after, it's this, where people are trying to arrive at the gate 15 minutes before takeoff. I need to read about it because, like, I don't really go to the gate till about 15 minutes. Oh, showing a flyer, setting a timer for 15 minutes as they walk towards security. Oh, heavens, no. Oh, heavens, no. I think being near, like, because, like, we always, this is our, like, path. We always go to the gate, see where it is, see what food options are around, and then we go to one of the food options and then we just chill or sit or we go into the lounge. And it depends on where the lounge is. So if the lounge is like near the gate, that's cool, but usually it's not. So, but basically we kind of try to get our bearings first, because like at Dulles, like you can't, like there's no way you can get there, like, because you have to go into security, get checked in, and then you have to go on one of the little buses to even get to a place, and then depending on what gate you have to walk. I mean, you're not going to do that in less than 15 minutes. And sometimes if you're not checked in, the airlines will definitely like give your seat away. So I this is not this is just dumb. I Which is dumb. Like, why even stress yourself out? Because one, the airlines, if they're oversold, can give away your seat. Like, you know. And then two, because I've had that done before. Like, well, it's not that we were late. It was our plane landed. Then they decided to leave 15 minutes early. And I'm like, why did you leave 15 minutes early? There's like 8 people that, I mean, they know the itinerary. It's because they're oversold. They had extra people, so they didn't give a shit. Sorry. Still, that happened like 8 years ago, and I'm still mad about it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't do this. This is just dumb. Because I mean, even if you had TSA pre-check, like I remember going through when I came back from Japan, I was at New York, and 15 minutes was like, I didn't even get through TSA pre-check in 15 minutes. It was funny because like the person that I was with, I kind of adopted a Vietnamese family that didn't know English, and I helped them out. They they got through normal security before I got through TSA pre-check. So, just go to the airport, make it an experience, and don't run. Like I'm not running. If I'm running, something is chasing us, or we have to go. We have to go. I think with like Oslo Airport, you could do this at Oslo Airport. It's such a small airport, but just the stress, it stresses me out. But anyways, how long have I been streaming? 12 minutes. Okay. I have to like I'm still at work, so I'm not at work, but I'm logged in, so I need to this can't be a too long of a live stream this morning, but oh, hello. Hi, RC Adventures. I'm sorry. I wish I could travel for work. It'd probably be a little bit difficult with the toddler because, we have to find care for her, but I'm trying. I forgot to pop up the thing. So Southwest news. Let's just get into Southwest because this is what's been like. So many of my friends are mad. I am indifferent because I just don't do Southwest much anymore. So this doesn't really like affect me. Hi, Catherine. This doesn't really affect me because I stopped flying Southwest, and it has nothing to do with service. The service has always been awesome. I know we do need jobs where we can work remotely and work from anywhere. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, my parents having my parents responding to RC Adventures, having my parents has been great because they love watching the toddler, but my mom's back is hurting, so it's hard now. So yeah. But yeah, Southwest has announced there are no more free bags for the travelers unless you are part of one of the, I think, was it business class flight or like one of their elite status members. And it's like, this is Southwest A elite status members will get their first, so you only get one bag checked free, you know? I mean, for me, like, if I ever take Southwest, I never actually, like, check any bags in. So, like, most of the time, I have a checked bag because I'm usually only going to Florida. Like, I actually have never flown Southwest anywhere but from Florida and back home. But I know how like I'm thinking about one of my clients. She packs like a lot for her Disney trips. So I'm like, I don't know what status she is. I know she flies a lot to Florida, but it's kind of like being reduced down to one bag, and then the highest price business select fare. So And didn't Southwest, it got rid of the just free for all seating arrangement, which truthfully, that's why we stopped. Like, one of the reasons why we stopped flying Southwest is because my husband's 6'7", and like the few times we would fly, either, well, when we got regular class tickets, we would it was always the shortest person that would take up the exit row seating. And, the last time we flew, I just bought him a business pass. I mean, a business class ticket, because they get to board first. And I got myself a regular. And then he got in, and, usually people don't mess with the 6'7" giant. And so he was able to save me a seat. So we worked it out that way. But I haven't flown Southwest probably since before COVID. I'm not sure if I flew them when I went to Disney during, yeah, I don't remember. I haven't flown Delta. I fly American. We haven't flown American in a while. We just usually do JetBlue if we're going to Florida. So, or United, but I'm bypassing United if I can. But Southwest has these other changes. I guess they got bought out by a company was it a few years ago or last year? So they are they're changing. And I'm like, all these changes don't make Southwest Southwest, like, I don't mind the whole seat issue. Like, I think some people liked it, some people hated it. I was indifferent to it if I was traveling by myself. When I was traveling with my husband, it was kind of bothersome. But yeah, so no more free checked bags. I should say checked bags. And then it looks like, what was the other change? Wasn't there another change that they announced? Or is that the bigger one? But have they not changed to the open seating policy? I thought they had already done that last fall. I thought they already did that. This article makes it seem like they haven't yet. But I mean, some people loved it, and it's up to you how you fly. Still have the Delta blanket. I don't keep the blankets on the airplane. Like, sometimes I'll keep the makeup bag from the last United trip was actually really nice. So I hate praising United, but but it actually was a really nice little makeup bag. So yeah, so and like, oh, another reason why we stopped flying Southwest is pricing. Like, their pricing has not been competitive. Like, JetBlue has been consistently, I mean, minus Spirit or Frontier, because I don't even count those. Because one, they fly out of BWI, which is too far for us, and the cost savings is negligible once you add the checked bag and then also the gas money to get there. So we just fly JetBlue now if we go to Florida. And JetBlue has really competitive pricing. So that's why we've stopped flying Southwest, is really because of the pricing. Like, if they were cheaper than JetBlue, yeah, I'd fly Southwest. But so I mean, it really depends on how you travel. Like, either this news, it will affect you or it won't affect you, because it just really depends. Like, for me, I don't have a checked bag. I just do carry on for Florida trips. But like, I don't know, if I was going to California or somewhere, like, and staying a little bit longer trip, maybe. They've also like changed their like kind of like their statuses and stuff like that. They still have like the want to get away plus, or anytime fare. I think they also changed their travel voucher. Like, the travel vouchers have an expiration date. So these changes will apply to flights booked beginning May 28th. It didn't announce the pricing for the bag fees or any details charging customers for full-size carry-ons. So, I mean, I know that some airlines are starting to charge for carry-ons. I haven't really, I heard that story, but I haven't deep dived into that story. I am not Native American. I am half Korean, half black. We do have a touch Native blood, but it's like negligible on my father's side. But yes, I also get asked if I'm Hawaiian or Polynesian, Mexican too. Sometimes Mexican, but I am now. I am not Mexican, and I have a very. I don't. I'm not. Spanish is definitely not a language that I can really. It's those R's, and it's probably because in Korean, there's no R's, and my mom taught me English, so sometimes I get asked if I'm an ESL student, even though I am definitely American. But yeah. Oh man. So, I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, I know flying is getting like. I know that airlines say that like the profit margin for flights is very low. I mean, I don't know how true that is. I'm not a financial analyst and I don't know what their numbers are, but it does seem like, the airlines are definitely pinching the pennies and we are paying for it. But the problem is, people still will buy. Like, I think that's the issue. Like, that's why there's no incentive for these airlines to change. Like, there's a reason why United, even though they have like the worst customer service, well, they don't have the worst customer service. I can't, but they have kind of, I don't know. I haven't been happy with United lately, and yeah, it's just. Now, here's the chart. I found the chart. So, Business Select gets 2 free checked bags. I'm not going to go over the points. Basically, if you're in the basic, very, very basic, your flight credit voucher expires after 6 months. And I mean, a lot of these aren't really changes, but it's the whole checked bag. Only Business Select gets the 2 free checked bags. The other options you have to pay for. So yeah. So, I mean, well, it is what it is, and we can't change them. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't really change my feelings about Southwest, I'll fly them if they're cheap. I remember one time, Southwest, this was a long time ago, probably like 8 years ago, maybe not so long, but anyways, they had a round trip for two people. It was like $330 or something. It was a ridiculous price, and I jumped on that, and I was like, we're going to Disney. Like, we had planned to, but we definitely were like, okay, sold. So yeah, but all right, guys, I have to get going. I have some work to do apparently, and get my house into order, because it was toddlering this weekend. And I need to clean. So I will talk to you guys on Thursday. So I'm switching my live stream schedule to Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think. That's what my new plan is, for my 31-day vlogging challenge. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day. Nice talking with y'all.